Here is my personal headcanon for some kind of it's a bit too loud, hold on. That's not what I wanted. Better. This is my personal headcanon for Portal, kind of fan-made or real-made, kind of shriekwall to Portal. So Portal is a great game, right? It's beloved by many, and it has amazing graphics, amazing FPS, and holds together really sturdily. And the best thing is, it was made in 2010, which is shockingly early for the graphics that good. It is over a decade old at this point. Though, I'm turning this down. Here is my thing for a kind of Portal 3. So, here's like the Aperture Science Facility, right? And eventually, like, it gets like sanctioned for like, I don't know, not paying taxes or something. And so like a bunch of government agents go and inspect the facility, and they find out.
They did?
So anyway, the government send over someone to review the facility, and who is that but our good old-fashioned protagonist Shell, who's made a living working for the military, or something, I don't know. She seemed to work well killing robots, so maybe she's good at future killing robots. So she goes over to the Aperture facility, and she's like, wait a minute, I know this place. So she goes in, and this is where the game starts. So she's like exploring like the surface layers of the Aperture facility, like the bits where they want the public to see. And then eventually she finds like this tunnel, right? There's a tunnel or like an elevator. It goes down, like real down. And so Shell takes this elevator down, and she arrives in like the bottom layers of Aperture. So she's like below ground at this point. And she's like, well, guess I'm back here. And she like goes over to GLaDOS's chamber, because she's like, alright, I guess I want to confront GLaDOS again, be like, how are you doing? Because if you don't know, at the end of the second game, spoilers by the way, Shell goes and, so Wheatley, this core, takes over GLaDOS's body. Shell gets GLaDOS back into GLaDOS's body, and GLaDOS is like, no, screw you, yeet, and yeet Shell out of Aperture into this, like, wheat field. And, anyway, so they ended on semi-good terms. So, Shell, is, like, going. She has to complete a ton of separate, like, test chambers in order to get to GLaDOS's chamber. And when she reaches GLaDOS's chamber, there's like GLaDOS, okay? But this is not GLaDOS. This is like some updated version of GLaDOS, or like a fake. So, like, fake GLaDOS turns over, or like, it isn't revealed that she's fake GLaDOS, but something's just off. Instead of being like an orange eye, it's yellow. She has a lot more straight posture. I should probably get rid of this if I'm saying she has straight posture. She has like very straight posture, so just like that. And she's like, hey, do I know you? And Shell's like, bruh, are you serious? I tried to kill you twice. And this fake GLaDOS is like, oh yeah, I remember you. And she like calls her like, I don't know. Maybe she calls, like, Shell Carolyn. Yeah, I don't know. Because this AI is really not much smarter than Wheatley. But still, like a developing AI. So, anyway. So Shell is like, so how you doing? And Fake GLaDOS is like, oh, by the way, could you do a couple of tests for me? My testing robot's broke. And Shell was like, yeah, sure, why not? So Shell starts doing test chambers. And meanwhile, like, Fake GLaDOS is commentating. And you thought GLaDOS was funny before. Imagine GLaDOS with like trying to be sassy but failing miserably, but it's just the funniest thing. But anyway, so Shell reaches the end of the test chambers, or at least the end of the test chambers that, or like they get to the final test chamber, which is actually the test chamber, or the final test chamber you do in the first game, which was where you like were slowly sliding into a pit of lava, and obviously you avoid that because you've already faced it, and you're like, oh hell no, and you piece the hell out of there. And at this point in the first games, this was where like the original, or where you like got to see like the inner skeleton of the Aperture Science Facility. But in this version, instead of taking a left, I believe, you take a right. And there's like a door, I think, on the other side of the like platform, like, hold on a second. So there's like a platform. This is where you go originally to face
I am waiting for you.
Please get out of my episode.
I can play, I'm quite impressed. See ya.
Okay. So anyway, this is normally, I think, where you'd go, and here is a locked door in the first game. But now, that door's open. So now, Shell goes in there, and she, like, sees none other than, like, I wouldn't know if it's, like, Potato GLaDOS, per se, but it's, like, GLaDOS's, like, original head on, like, one of those core rails, and they're like, bro, this, like, backup AI over here, which was, like, created from not Carolyn, but was just created as flat-out AI, not human souls, which is a way more ethical thing, which is not, you do not simply create a non-human soul-based robot. And so, GLaDOS's head pops out from one of those core rails, and it's like, you absolute buffoon, that's not even me. That is like a fake AI who has taken over the facility and captured my testing robots. What the actual hell? And you agree to help her out, just like old times. And you're like, hey, look, this guy just tried to kill me. I'm on your side with this. It's like, it's Wheatley all over again. And anyway, you two like go on many perilous adventures. And it's like the escape scene from the first Portal game in the part where he kills you, except a lot more dramatic, because this AI is not just throwing everything they have at you. No. They are like AI. They know what they're doing. They were built for this place, literally. So you avoid all of the actually smart traps, like, I don't know, maybe crushing things. I don't know. But anyway, you arrive at False GLaDOS' chamber, as you do in these games, and this GLaDOS actually has the smarts to be like, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with this. So they flip 180 degrees, or 179 in this case, and whoosh, they like whoosh out. And you wanna know where they go? They go to the frickin' moon, which is like from last time. So yeah, right? False GLaDOS is on the moon, and they're like, tee-hee, what you gonna do? I'm on the moon, idiot. And obviously, like, the facility's collapsing. I don't know why. It just is. And that would perfectly recreate the scene from Portal 2 where Shell takes their portal gun, aims it at the moon, and then whoosh, ding. Oh, one sec, I need to create another portal. And so, Shell, the portal gun, and GLaDOS' head, I guess, go through the portal onto the moon, and they face off against Omega, or like False GLaDOS. It's like Nosk except GLaDOS form. And so GLaDOS is like, give me back control of the facility, you dunhead, or I'm gonna, flood your systems with neurotoxin. Yeah. And False GLaDOS is like, Lamau, no, I'm gonna fire chunks of the moon at you. And so you have to like dodge all the attacks, and because each of the boss battles so far have 3 phases, this one's gonna have 3 phases. So 3 phases. But the question is, how do we get past those phases? Because in the GLaDOS fight in Portal 1, you detach cores. So, you detach cores. In Portal 2, you attach cores. In this game, you turn False GLaDOS into a core. So basically, what you're going to do is, like, you're going to have to find, like, a USB drive kind of, or like a plug-in socket for GLaDOS to go in on False GLaDOS, and real GLaDOS is going to do some hacking, and that's going to transfer at least some at least like a third of False GLaDOS' body, or like essence, into a core. And you do that a couple more times before eventually the body is acting on instinct. It's like thrashing around like whoosh, 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 whoosh. And GLaDOS has, kind of looks like an Among Us character, has to get onto False GLaDOS' body, reattach herself to the system, then you have to make a portal here, a portal back onto Earth, and then you suck real GLaDOS through the portal. You suck real you into the portal, and then, you're now back on Earth. And then GLaDOS is like, okay, man, why did you come here in the first place? I told you not to come back. And you say, well, you need to pay, like, taxes or something. And real GLaDOS now is like, sure, I guess. Here's my here's my credit card, I guess. Now be gone, or I will flood this chamber with neurotoxin. And so, knowing the dangers of neurotoxin, you leave. And that's the end of Portal 3, along with a banger new GLaDOS themed kind of thing. Like, I don't know, like hey, pay your taxes. Stuff like that. And then end credits. Also, I think it'd be really good to bring the create your own test chamber from Portal 2 into Portal 3, because I'm imagining bring together aspects from Portal 1 and Portal 2. This game's probably going to have a lot of test chamber assets. And also a lot more of their own. So I think that adding a test chamber maker with no limit to the size, I think that could be really good. And also just add some more, or like add a turret type, add more ways to kill turrets, and then bam, you've got a fully functioning Portal 3 ready for the making. And yeah, that is my plot of Portal 3 summed into a video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and Valve, if you're watching this, just make another Portal game. It's been 13 years. Come